So I'm headed to work. Y'all been asking me a lot about my new Shoei GT AIR 2.
I'll be honest, a lot of why I even got a new helmet is because I make YouTube videos and because I'm a technician and I test ride motorcycles and I need a helmet at my job, whether I rode a motorcycle that day or not. If you didn't already know, I used to wear an HJC, I think it's an IS-16 or something. And I started looking at black face shields and pin lock visors and stuff for it, and I realized I was just going to be more money into I mean, it's a good helmet, but it's not a premium helmet. It's not a top of the line, or even, it's a lower middle of the line helmet, I guess. An affordable one that got me started with a MotoVlog setup, and well, now it sits at the shop, is my test ride helmet. Because some days I'm in my truck and I got tired of carrying a helmet with me everywhere I go. Used to have a test ride helmet, but yeah, finally it was a modular and it finally got destroyed. So the hinge mechanism was broken and everything. Yeah, I just hadn't replaced it yet, and it was time. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know I'm not a real big specs guy on helmet reviews. They're really just not that exciting to me. Some of them look cool. Thought about getting a Simpson Ghost Bandit because they're dope. But yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Mostly because the reviews say the Simpsons are pretty loud on the road. Bike and Bird just did a review of his after like 2,000 miles. You should check his channel out. He probably has a better helmet review than mine. But that's where the YouTuber in me wanted a new helmet. I wanted something quiet. I just rode down the highway at 75 miles an hour. You know, if, you know, hopefully the audio sounds good. So far I've had it for a couple weeks and everything seems good on my end as far as the YouTube quality goes. The MotoVlog setup, because a lot of you guys asked me about that, how my audio is so clear. Some people even think it's a voiceover. Thank you. Yeah, it's not. It's all linked in the description. All of my gear is linked in the description. Mostly because when I started a channel, that's how I knew what I wanted. I would watch somebody's video, and if I liked how their picture quality was and the audio quality, that's what I would choose. So if you're after a MotoVlog setup, it's all down there. But Shoei is known for having a super quiet helmet, so it got me curious. But there wasn't a way for me to try it on, and that's an important thing. Shoes and helmets, I just don't really want to buy off the internet. I bought my old one off the internet, but that's because a coworker has one, so I was able to try it and I knew it would fit. So since there wasn't a way to try it on, talked to the bosses about how there isn't a Shoei dealer in town currently. The other motorcycle shop had a fire and it's closed down. So
when my dealership decided that they were going to start carrying Shoeis, since nobody else did, well, then I could try it on. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is John Maxwell. I'm a highly trained professional right here at Chattanooga Harley-Davidson, and on this channel I bring you guys to work with me. So if you want to learn more about Harley-Davidson, you should hit the subscribe button. Except today we're going to talk about helmets. Okay, I had actually intended to show you guys some of the stuff going on in the shop, but it's incredibly busy, so well, it's actually the end of the day. I didn't even take lunch. I worked all day. I guess we'll just talk about helmets only today since the shop's too busy. I did want to mention though, the Shoei GT AIR 2 won out over some of the other brands because of the integrated Senna system. It's the SRL2, I believe. I'll link it down in the description separately from the helmet. And I know all of you guys are going to want to know, well, why didn't you just do the Senna helmet? Well, because Senna makes comms, Shoei makes helmets. It just made sense to go with a helmet manufacturer and put a comm manufacturer. Told you all it's the end of the day, they're closing up.
I liked the fact that the Shoeis, when you buy them from a dealer, you can actually change out the cheek pads so that you get a more perfect fit. I think they come with a 35mm, but which is in the middle, so you can get a smaller or larger pad to better fit your face.
It offers a more perfect fit. And I wanted a helmet made by a proven helmet company, not a helmet made by a comms company. I've done a few videos on the Sena 10S, that's what I ran on my HJC, and I enjoy having it. I use it mostly for phone calls though, and for communicating with people I'm riding with, where I use the Bluetooth speaker for music because I like to be able to still hear what's going on around me. If I listen to music in my helmet, then all I hear is music. I don't hear the car pulling up beside me or honking or anything like that, where with the speaker I do. In case you guys were wondering, I caught a bunch of crap when I put a speaker on my bike and everybody was like, why didn't you just use headphones? Well, that's why. Because I like to use it for comms only. But I disliked having a big bulky unit here that would catch everything every time I set it down somewhere or whatever. The option to have it integrated into the helmet is pretty cool. If you're curious about it, the SRL2 that fits directly into this GTR 2, it also fits into the Neotech. I think there's two versions of those out now too. The Neotech is a modular helmet though, and while I enjoy a modular helmet, I don't care to deal with a chin mount GoPro on a modular. But if you don't make YouTube videos or MotoVlog, then it might be worth looking at. I think we've sold a couple of those at the shop. We have the GT AIR 2s, the Neotechs, and the RF 1200s, I think is what they're called. I told you in the beginning, I'm not an expert. A bunch of the other guys know more about them now that we sell them. Harley-Davidson's also teamed up with Sena, and they have their own branded versions of their communication helmets, the Momentum, and I don't think Harley brands the Momentum Pro, the one with the camera on top. Most of Harley's helmets are kind of around the same level of quality as that HJC that I had before, just with a Harley sticker on it to make it cost more money, in my personal opinion. They do make a nice helmet, but it is not the same quality as this one, I think. Woo, 93 degrees. It is hot today. It is very, very hot. I actually, before I started making YouTube videos, I actually wore a half helmet like most Harley riders do, a little skid lid, non-DOT approved bucket, and they're comfortable. That's why people wear them. I mean, you gotta wear a helmet, so wear that. You're not breaking any laws and you're comfortable. But there's really no way to make a decent moto vlog with that, and in my opinion, I mean, if that's how you do it, then you do you. The DOT approved half helmets are worthless. They're big fat they look like a mushroom head. They make you look like. The wind buffeting is horrible. It kills your neck. They suck. Don't do that. Full face though, I've gotten used to it now. I really enjoy it. It's I can still hear what I need to hear, see what I need to see if you have a good enough one, and it's comfortable. It is obviously hotter, but kind of leads me into what I do like about this helmet. I definitely miss I meant to go on a different road. So a couple of things I do like about this helmet though is, well, talking about how hot it is in a full face helmet though, the airflow in this one's pretty good, better than my old helmet. Actually the best out of all of the ones I've had. I've had four full face helmets, I think, and this is the best one so far. It is redesigned over the original. This little scoop up here at the top, it does a really good job of drawing in air, like you can really feel it on top of your head. I just don't use it though while I'm recording. Leads me into the downside though, when it's closed with my bike and the windshield, it does seem to catch more air, kind of. It seems this helmet buffets a little worse than the other one, I think, because it's lighter. I don't know the specs exactly though. I can't remember because I'm dumb. I do notice though that when I have a GoPro mounted, it is heavier in the front, so it buffets less. one for motovlogging. I also like this ratchet strap right here. It's cool. Much nicer than a D-ring. And a lot of people will take the D-ring and attach a quick clip or something to it, which the quick clips are nice as well. But this is really quick too. Pull this tab, unleash it, awesome. I found myself, the D-rings, I'm really bad about not actually using them, which is like the worst thing you can do. I know a guy that had a helmet fly off during a crash because he didn't have his latch. Luckily he made it, but he was super extra banged up because he lost his helmet while he was flying through the air. So definite bonus with the ratchet strap over a D-ring. I thoroughly enjoy how the Senna fits in here, all integrated with the wires, pretty decently tucked away. It wasn't a big tape and wire session like it is if your helmet isn't made to have one. I really like this. This is new for this helmet. Probably can't hear me as clear suddenly. There's literally a quart of oil in the middle of the road. So there's this little 5mm opening, which helps get some air in, cool you off real good. It helps defog the visor and all that stuff. Another feature that I don't use while I'm recording, but I do use it, you know, when I'm just riding. It does come with a breath guard to help with that fogging and stuff too, but then I can't see, I can see my GoPro battery level and all that right here. Kind of see the top of the frame to know sort of what I'm seeing. It's raised up pretty high. It's a tip from Blockhead, actually. Actually, a lot of my setup is from Blockhead, if y'all didn't already figure that out. Earlier, I talked about YouTubers that I could check their description and stuff. He's one of them. A couple of people use this kind of side mount, which is actually a con for this helmet for a motovlogger setup and using this style mount. It's not flat right here. I use the curved mount, but there's an extra little design ridge, or it's probably to like make wind do something, but yeah, it doesn't sit as well as I wish it did. Not as well as my old helmet. Obviously, I enjoy how quiet this helmet is. I'm glad that I went with it for it being quiet. It turns out that it is in fact quiet. I think my video talking points have increased a lot. I've ridden these roads out here quite a few times at 60 miles an hour, which is, well, we won't talk about speed, but my old helmet, it was pretty dadgum windy. It's kind of hard to hear me. Today, I think it sounds probably pretty good. Let me know. A couple of things I don't like about this helmet. It's a clear only. Well, I really wanted a dark visor in my helmet, but this one has a drop-down visor in it. Guys, when we talked to the distributor about it at the helmet house, they said that Shoei didn't want you to be able to double up darkness or something. I don't know. Whatever. I don't even want this. The helmet weighs more because it has this. I wear shades. I don't need the drop-down visor. But I do like the mechanism better than the HJC version that I had before that was on top, that it was really hard to like find it, and it was spring. It just, I was really cheap feeling. This one feels really nice. So I like a feature that I don't even want. That's a downside. It did come with a pen lock. Just haven't needed it yet. Actually, I have needed it. I needed it in Laconia, but I didn't take it with me. I like the fact that it comes with it, though. For the price, it ought to come with some stuff. I think the helmet's, it's $500 or $600. Haven't mentioned it yet, but this isn't a sponsored video. I did buy this, granted at an employee discount, one of the perks of being a motorcycle tech. But that's one thing that I don't like is the price. Although I don't know if it's fair or not, but it is a quality. The chin guard that comes with it is light years beyond the quality of my old one. It comes with the breath guard. It comes with the pen lock. I think all things that I had to buy extra for my old helmet. On the motovlog side of things, one thing I did to clean up the helmet, since that was part of getting a new one, I wanted it to be a little fresher and better looking than my old one. I did get the Ulanzi GoPro frame. It has the mic adapter underneath it. Actually, another one from Bikenberg. He posted on Instagram, found it there, so I've started using it. I like the way it looks. It adds a little bit of weight to my 3M tape It's not even a full surface area stuck to my helmet, so I've had to replace it once. I think the weight of the GoPro pulled it off. Luckily not while I was riding. Overall though, I really enjoy the helmet. The pros do outweigh the cons for sure. What do you guys think of it? Is audio quality better? Run the same mic as I did in the old helmet. Bought a new one for this one so that I just unattach the whole mount from this helmet, slap it on my other helmet if I were to need to swap back and forth. I left my old Senna on that helmet too, so still a fully functional helmet, just the way I've always had it. Definitely the best helmet I've ever owned. What about you? How many helmets have you had? Which one's the best? The one you paid the most for? Because it turns out I do feel like I got my money's worth for sure. Finally like a helmet instead of just have a helmet. Check the description out for all the stuff I've been talking about today. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry we didn't actually get to make it into the shop. A couple months ago I mentioned how busy we are in there, and it has not let up yet. I think we're less than a week out, but still like 5 days. It's just really hard to get all that kind of work out and film at the same time. Hopefully you guys understand, and hopefully we're back in the shop soon. If you like this video, make sure you give a dirty thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you hadn't quite got your fix, there's a video right here and here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
All right, you better say something cool if you want to be in the video.
Come on down to Harley Davidson and get some parts. I'll sell them to you. They give out free handshakes and hugs. Today only.